This weekend we're going to go deep on two of my favorite P's, persistence and practice. Persistence is the one thing that will save you from everything else, because persistence ensures that you are not going to quit. When you look at really successful people and all that they have, most of us look at the end result, and we don't see everything that they had to overcome and everywhere that they had to go and the people they had to talk to and the people they were turned down by to get where they are. We just look at the end result. And so when we start to go for something on our own and we have challenges, all we're thinking about is, well, I've wanted this. This is way too hard. We don't know that that's just part of the formula in getting there. Persistence is what gets you there, because even when you're doing things wrong, if you do not quit, you're eventually going to find what works and what's right. But if you quit, you're never going to find it. Quitting is the ultimate enemy of success. When you quit, that's it, it's over. So the power for you to have what you want, for you to have a great life, it's all in your hands. If you don't have it right now, don't quit on it. Just keep going toward it, okay? Keep focused on it. Don't look at what you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have now. Be grateful that you do have a picture of what you want to be or what you want to have in your life. Focus on that, and focus on developing a plan or changing up your plans to get there. Never ever quit. Take that word and eliminate it from your vocabulary. If you feel that you're about to do that, instead of quitting, change your plan, or reevaluate it. But don't give up. Okay, that's number one. Two, practice. So working out, okay, this is a great example in losing weight. Let's say that 10 years ago I was about 40 pounds overweight. Okay, I ate garbage pretty much, and I ate around the clock way too much. I wasn't working out. I bought this P90X series, and it sat up on a shelf for like a year, and one day I decided to bring it out. Well, that's a 90-day program, and so what I looked like on day one was completely different from day 90. I also changed what I was eating. But I would have looked the same if I had stopped working out after week one. So if you've worked out or you've gone on a diet before, you know that, especially working out, if you're in the gym and you're getting after it, after day one, usually after day two, your muscles are sore. They hurt, and you don't feel as motivated to get back in there because lifting that leg or pushing your arms or whatever, they hurt. And it hurts to get going, but once you start going again, you feel fine. You may be a little sore after, but it all works out. After a couple weeks, that soreness usually wears off, and that's where you start to see little results. But still, the result on week 2 is completely different from the result on week 13. Okay, and it's only through consistent, persistent action that your body shape changes. It's only through consistent monitoring of what you're putting in it, how many calories, if it's the right food combinations, that happens. If you eat one healthy meal a day, but then you eat junk the rest of the day, you're not going to lose any weight. You'll probably gain some weight. If you stop working out, you're not going to change the way your body looks. It's that simple. It's also that simple with your mind. Look at it just like a muscle. If you're not practicing and using tools that work to help you monitor your thought and help you control your thought, help you know what you need to be thinking for you to have what you want, you're not going to work that muscle out enough, and it's going to be out of shape. This is a workout that's not once a week, it's not twice a week, it's not 3 times, it's all the time. You're constantly thinking. Nothing happens in your life without some kind of thought behind it. Your heartbeat and your breathing, that's all subconscious. That's all happening without you having to think about it. But your conscious thoughts, am I going to walk over here? Am I going to pick the phone up? Am I going to watch this? What am I looking at? You're constantly thinking. And that means that at any time, something can happen where you might not be thinking the right thing, which is why you need to train yourself to be asking yourself questions. It's not hard work. You're not going to get a headache over it. You may get frustrated, especially if you go through a period where you're not thinking right. It happens to everyone. And I used to really beat myself up over it because it's frustrating to know that you did something wrong when you know how to do it right. Golf is another good example. When I learned how to play, I wasn't hitting the ball very well. Today I can, but there are plenty of shots that I make that are slices, go in the water, I hack them, and that's kind of like wrong thinking. You can be going along right, have a great tee shot, and then all of a sudden you have a really horrible approach shot, and it's out of bounds. When that happens, just accept that, hey, you know what? I just learned a lesson. I just learned that I don't want to think like that anymore. Make it a success by recognizing it, and make it a success by correcting it right there. And then you can move on. The worst thing that you can do is continue to obsess about it and continue to get frustrated over it and to not reset and get back on track. I know, because I've done it. I've taken what could have been just a simple 5-minute reset, and I've turned it into a 2-week misery fest, feeling sorry for myself. You don't have to go there. Nobody's perfect. We're going to mess up. We're going to think the wrong thing sometimes, but refocus. And the way to do that, what am I thinking? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? Does this thought have any benefit for me? It's as simple as that. It's really helpful too if you can set up some things to remind you, especially in the beginning when you're learning how to do this. Set some things up to remind you, hey, what am I thinking right now? I carry a rock in my pocket that's designed to do that. I've got a little necklace that I just started wrapping around my watch that kind of thumps me like my notifications, and that is something new I'm using that reminds me to think a better thought too. You can use whatever you want. These are a couple things I do. I like to place some things in my office in different spots. They're called thought provokers. So think about maybe a thought provoker that you could place to remind yourself, hey, what am I thinking right now? Asking those questions. All right, so to summarize everything, practice and persistence. You've got some really good tools that I've put up over the last couple of weeks. There's a lot more coming, and guess what? We're gonna review some of the same ones again, and that's great, okay? You do the same workouts in the gym too. We're gonna be doing these together and getting better. If this is helping you out, pass this along to someone else. I really feel like if we're all thinking better, everything around us is gonna be better. If we're thinking peace and happiness for each other, if we're thinking positive thoughts for everyone that we come into contact with, how could that be such a bad thing? Instead of thinking, what are they doing? Just thinking, I hope they have a great day. It can be hard to do, but I believe that if we can all get on board with thinking a better thought, we can make our world a lot better place. I really appreciate every single one of you. In less than a week, our page has gone to over 1,000 likes, and that was beyond my wildest expectations. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. And let me know how this is helping you. Let me know if there's any particular challenges that you think would be good to talk about, right? Because we're all in this thing together here, right? So have a great weekend. Please like and share, and think a better thought.